So at the start of the month, I made a video of some Christmassy books that were on my radar that I wanted to read in December. And then, as you probably might have guessed from the intro into this video, I was going to film a reading vlog of me reading those books. And I filmed the outro, went to import all of my clips and realised that I had deleted the majority of them off of my SD card because I thought that I had already imported them when I hadn't. So what you saw in that intro was all that was left of that reading vlog, which is fun. So I made that little intro and then I thought I'll just sit down and give my opinions on the Christmassy books that I read. I need my phone because my memory is actually truly awful. But we started the month with a Christmas novella called Naughty or Nice by Sophie Snow. And this novella was a best friend's uncle. So they live in like this really Christmassy town. And our female main character is a photographer. And then the female main character's best friend's family do like Santa's grotto. And normally it is the best friend's dad that dresses up as Santa, but he is out of work or out of action for this season, so her uncle takes his place. And there then obviously is a romance between the best friend, between our female main character and her best friend's uncle. I really enjoyed the fact that this was a novella. I do think that for me personally, a novella is long enough for like Christmassy vibes. I think sometimes like the 400 to 500 page books, I just think you don't need that much Christmas. You don't. So if you're looking for something short and easy to read, something that's very, very spicy, and it's also on Kindle Unlimited, then I definitely recommend Naughty or Nice. It wasn't too heavy, like there was definitely still plot. It wasn't just like that they had an attraction, there was plot to it. And it did put me in a festive mood. I ended up rating it a 3-star. It was enjoyable and it put me on the right path for Christmas. It definitely put me in a Christmas frame of mind. So then next in my Christmassy reads was How My Neighbour Stole Christmas by Megan Quinn. And a part of the vlog that has now been deleted and will never see the light of day was proof of how like actually slow my brain is, because even though this was called How My Neighbour Stole Christmas and I obviously understood that there were Grinch elements, side note, if my face now looks very, very red and my eyes look very, very bloodshot, my body has decided to just sneeze about 20 times in a row, which is not fun. It wasn't until I actually started reading the book did I clock that when people were saying like Grinch retelling and Grinch vibes, that they actually genuinely meant like a Grinch retelling. So you have a lot of character names from the Grinch. Like Max, who is the main male character's best friend. You have a Cindy, I'm sure. You have a Martha and a May. So like all things like this, our female main character's name was Story, and that was short for storybook. Like all very nursery rhyme Grinch vibes. You had a narrator that did like the Dr. Seuss style like rhymes at the beginning of every chapter. To me, it got a little bit like tedious and a bit too childish when our main male character started arguing with the narrator. I don't really think that was necessary. But basically the plot is 2 sisters go back to the town where their aunt lives because she has had her hips replaced, or she's fallen over and she broke her hip and she needs help over Christmas, so they go to look after her. In this town, it's like Christmas all year round, a bit again like Whoville, and they have like a Christmas like festival where 5 people from the town compete to be the there's a title, but I can't remember. Think like the Jubilation from the Grinch, and then you have like the Christmas Who Master or whatever they try and label the Grinch. You have like that sort of vibe. There's always a different like challenges, and the neighbour to her aunt is our main male character Cole, who feels betrayed by our female main character for a reason that I won't say, just because it's not, you don't find out straight away. So there's like a rivalry going on between the two of them. He's not fussed on Christmas, but he also doesn't want her winning the Christmas festival, so he decides to enter with the help of his best friend Max. So you have a lot of like bickering and back and forth and tension and banter, and at times I did find it like really funny. I enjoyed Megan Quinn's writing style, so I think that I will pick up something of hers again. I just think that it was too long and it dragged out. It just went on for a bit too long. I think that because Christmas is already quite like cheesy enough as it is, you need to be careful how long you spend with it, to make sure that you're not doing too much. So I did end up rating this one a 3.5 star. I'm sorry now if I sound bunged up. I don't know what's going on. I think I might be getting ill before Christmas, which is not fun. Yes, I ended up rating that a 3.5 star. It probably could have been more. As I said, I feel like it just dragged that like little bit too much. Then we had Cruel Winter with You by Miss Ali Hazelwood, which is another Christmas novella. And this one was a crime because it was only 72 pages. And the main male character in this book, the fact that he will only ever exist, and I've said this already, but the fact that he will only ever exist in those 72 pages is an actual crime. Like, the quotes that he says in this book about our female main character is actually just incredible. I love Ali Hazelwood's writing style, like, so much. And I think the fact that she was able to do such a well fleshed out, thought out storyline in just 72 pages is incredible. So if you're someone and it's not too overly Christmas, it's just set around Christmas. So if you're someone that isn't really like big into like cheesy, hallmarky kind of Christmas reads, this one is on Kindle Unlimited. It's 72 pages, and honestly had me like giggling and twirling my hair. Like, it was amazing. So if you want something like really short, sweet, minimal spice, definitely pick up that one. I rated that one a 4.25. I really enjoyed that one, and I think I actually could reread that one to like really savor it, like, because I read it while like in between work. I read it on my break at work, so I feel like in my head I was going up against my break time. So I'd love to like read it again and properly like sit in the words. And then finally I picked up My December Darling by Lauren Asher. So the last book was a novella that was too short, and I'm not saying this one is too long. Only Lauren Asher could release a Christmas novella and have it be like 220 pages, which, yeah, is still short and it's still a novella, but I feel like that just goes to show that her normal length books are like 400, 500 pages. So this is set in Lake Wisteria, which I think that's where like the Love Redesigned, Love Unwritten book series is set. I can't work out if we've met these characters or not. I feel like we haven't. I think she's just used Lake Wisteria so that she didn't have to spend too long like explaining the town and how it works. So the story in this one is our female main character, her ex-boyfriend, but we use the term ex-boyfriend very, very loosely, because they only went on a few dates because they were long distance for a lot of the time. is now engaged and getting married to her sister, because it turned out her sister had a crush on him the whole time but didn't want to say anything because her sister made the first move, essentially. So she now is trying to get her sister to feel less awkward about like the whole situation, and prove that she's fine, because she is fine. Like, even she, in her internal monologue, it's just like, we were like friends that felt pressured to put a label on, basically. And as it's getting nearer to the wedding, they spend more time together, which then means that she has to spend more time with the fiance's best friend. I think his name is Luke, correct me if I'm wrong. And she is a travel temp nurse, but during the holidays and then for her sister's wedding, she's taken a job at the local hospital where Luke also works. So they sort of strike up a friendship at work and also outside of work, spending time getting ready for the wedding. I really enjoyed this one because I enjoyed the characters. I do feel like with Christmas stories, if you're not going to connect to the characters, that's just like another hurdle towards enjoying it. But I really liked our female main character, Katerina. I think that was her name. Catalina. I was so close. Because she sort of like comes across as the difficult sister and the moody sister and the less likeable sister. But Luke very quickly works out that that is just like her keeping her guard up because she doesn't like to let anyone get too close to her, which is reflected in that she's never in like one place for too long. So like she'll make jokes, like very self-deprecating jokes about herself, and Luke has none of it. He's like, stop talking down about yourself, like stop saying that. If anyone even bothered spending more than 5 minutes getting to know you, they would know that you are none of the things that they think you are or that you portray like into the world. He's basically trying his hardest, but she is so close guarded, and she's going, like as soon as the holidays are over, she's going, so there's no point them even doing anything. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. I love the characters, the settings. It was just the right amount of Christmassy, I think, as well, because you had a wedding involved. I like it when Christmas is sort of like the backdrop and there's something else going on, and in this, Christmas was the backdrop and then you had the wedding. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. I ended up rating this one a 4 stars. And it is open door romance with some explicit descriptions of intimate scenes. Thank you, Fable. So yeah, they are all like the Christmassy themed books that I read. I wanted to read One Day in December, which was also in my video. I have it on my Kindle. I paid for it and it's on my Kindle, but I haven't got around to reading it yet. So I don't know, maybe it might be like a New Year's story, like just before we go into 2025. And then the other one was a thriller. I didn't realise that was for pre-order, so it's like only coming out round about now. So I don't know, maybe again I might read that just before the new year, but we shall see. I'm gutted that I lost the majority of my clips, but hopefully I have managed to save this video in some way. If you take anything from this video, read A Cruel Winter With You by Ali Hazelwood and December Darling by Lauren Asher, both on Kindle Unlimited, both really enjoyable Christmas reads. If you enjoyed my video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, leave me a comment, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye!